I can't see a thing. Yeah. So recently in the back. He said gather here, and then he's going to bring us down there with that.
He's gonna eat us. Look at his tongue out.
That's good.
Yeah. Get all around. Hey,
You guys opportunity to pet one, and after that, if you'd like, you guys can come over and watch them feed the big turtle and the alligator over there. And at the very end of the show, we're going to bring the little alligator back out for a little while. And during that time, you actually can get an individual picture. We can try to help with them, or hold them by yourself if you're capable of doing that. So that's pretty cool for a picture. To start off with, though, I want to tell you about the two guys down over there. Now, the first one, his name is Shrek. Shrek is an alligator snapping turtle. He's about 125 pounds, somewhere in the ballpark of around 100 years old. Now, as you guys might have been looking at him over there, you may have noticed that he doesn't really do a whole lot. Believe it or not, he actually eats fish. And if you've ever tried to catch a fish in your hand or something, you know they're really fast. And how in the world would that turtle ever catch a fish? Well, what he does, he's got a special trick. He sits there really still, open his mouth up, and wiggle his tongue around. His tongue looks like a little worm. So that way when the fish swims by, they'll swim inside of his mouth, all they have to do is just boom, shut his mouth, he's got an easy meal. And that's how they eat. And they basically just sit there their whole lives with their food inside their mouth warm. And they think they may live over 200 years doing that. I mean, it sounds pretty boring, but I guess it works out pretty good, like 200 years doing that. So that's Shrek the turtle over there. Now I want to talk a little bit about the alligator. Now our alligator over there is quite a bit larger than the ones we normally have out here, or normally would have in here, because he's getting ready to move with us to our new location, which is about a mile north of here on Hall 19, where we have a much bigger alligator over there. Now I got a question for you guys, especially the kids, and you guys can guess on this, you don't have to be right. How many teeth do you guys think an alligator has? And you can raise your hand if you want to shout out a number. How many teeth do you think, Mark? 5? You said 5 teeth. It's higher than 5 teeth. Anybody else want to try guessing? 200. That's not too bad, but it's slightly lower than 200. Anybody else want to guess? Higher than 50. That's a lot closer though. Nice. Higher than 60. We're getting warmer. Anybody else want to guess? Lower than 150. Lower than 89. It's just lower than 89. That's very close though. Anybody else want to guess it? 85. 85. Alright, how about this? Everybody, what is 85 minus 5? Ready? 80. You got it. They have 80 sharp teeth, give or take. Maybe some alligators have 85 teeth, but about 80, give or take. So from the time they're born, about 6 inches long, they have 80 teeth in their mouth. Now, you don't want to come into contact with those 80 teeth, right? In other words, you don't want to ever get bit by an alligator, especially on the wild. I do want to mention alligator attacks are very rare, which is good, but obviously you want to be careful. There's a couple things you can do that are common sense things. Obviously, you don't want to try to pick one up or try to grab it on the tail, or surf on its back, or cannonball on top of their head. That's all a bad idea, right? You probably get bit. But you also don't want to feed an alligator. And that's a little more confusing. Why does feeding an alligator make you get bit? Well, it doesn't right away. What usually happens is, when you feed an alligator, they'll lose their fear of people. Normally they stay away from people, and that's really why gator attacks are very rare. But when you feed them, they start to approach you expecting food. And their brain is about the size of their eyeball. So So even the big one over there, his brain's only that big. And he can't tell the difference between you and the food. He could end up biting your hand or arm about as quickly as he would another piece of food. So that's why you don't want to feed them. It makes them much more likely to potentially bite somebody else. So that's why you don't feed gators. And it's also illegal. You don't want to get in trouble. Last thing I want to talk about is you may have noticed in between the turtle and the alligator over there, there's a barrier in there. Does anybody want to guess, you raise your hand again, why do we have to put a barrier between the turtle and the alligator to separate them? Do you think the alligator would eat the turtle? And anybody else? The turtle would try to eat the alligator? Anybody else want to guess before we move? Oh, they're going to eat the stingrays? Oh, I don't know. That's an interesting guess, though. Well, I'll tell you why. It's actually because the turtle started beating up the alligator. So you're pretty close. Yeah, basically, it's the turtle that's the beating one. So before we had that barrier in there, I do want to mention they got along fine, him and different gators, for about 20 years. And then we had one alligator, he was kind of crazy. He'd go over there and sit on top of the turtle pretty regularly and use him like a platform. Sometimes he'd put his feet right on his head and stuff. And one day when the turtle had his mouth open looking for food, the alligator crawled over there to get into position, and he accidentally slipped his foot right in the turtle's mouth. Well, the turtle tried to bite his foot, and the alligator was pretty quick, so he just pulled his leg away really fast and ran away. And it seemed like just a fluke, he wasn't too happy, but later he got back in the water, and it seemed fine, but then the turtle started crawling over towards him after a little while, and as he got closer, he tried to bite the alligator's leg again, the alligator had to run away. So as you may have figured out, the turtle had learned, if you go over there and bite the gators, they'll just run away, and he became a big bully, and we had to put a barrier in there to protect the alligator from the big vicious turtle. Okay, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'll take a couple questions if anyone has them about either the alligator or the turtle. If anyone wants to ask a question, now's your chance here. Any questions you might have been told on this?
You are moving soon, how long will you be here?
That's a good question. We've been pretty slow. Now, I want to show you a little magic trick here. Alligators, their eyeballs are on top of their head, which generally doesn't seem like a good place to have your eyeballs because if you bump your head, right, you squish them. But he has a special way of protecting his eyeballs to make them disappear. Watch carefully here. Put my finger on his eyeballs, and they're gone. See, his head's flat now completely. Actually, there's even little picks where his eyeballs was. And then the coast is clear. He slowly kind of pops it back up. There they are. And he's fine. So how does he do that? Well, it's not really magic. What he does is he has little picks in his head. He can pull his eyeballs down to his skull for protection. I guess when your brain is the size of a pea, got a little extra real estate to work with it. Okay, guys, there's 2 rules for petting him, and this is also going to apply to when we do the holding later, so remember these. First rule is you actually don't touch him up on the head, the back, belly, legs, and tail. That's all fine. So most of them is fine, just not up on the head. He's just very sensitive. He does have tape on his mouth, so he can't bite you, but he still don't want to bite you. Second rule is make sure you're gentle. Don't poke him or squeeze him or pinch him. You obviously don't want to hurt him, but you also don't want to leave here with freshly squeezed pea. And what I'm talking about is pea-flavored pea. Yeah, you don't want that. So I'm going to start on the left, work on the right, let everyone have a chance to pet him. They're very soft.
Very soft, yeah.
Cool, right?
Okay.
Blocky, yeah. If you've never pet one before, they're a little rough on top. They're very soft inside and tail on the
The
top.
man is holding it. There's people over there. There's people over there.
And then the very top, it says feedback. You can write a little like, and then when you press calculate, the first section pops up. So I started actually using the that was
Good.
I have no clue what that was. Oh. I was like a shark, man. What are you looking at? Oh my god. Oh my god.